Hey guys, welcome to the show, and thank you for being with me. I hope you're having a great day. We are going to do a beautiful Valentine's Day dish for you. We are doing strip steak with shrimp and grits. Some of my favorite things in the world. Man, I cannot wait to get into this, show you guys what we got going on. Come on, let's get busy over here in the kitchen. Follow along with me now. This is Cooking Today. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Man, thanks for being with me today. It's a great day. We're gonna have a great weekend. I hope you're ready to snuggle with your honey. It's gonna be good. I have some cool dishes I wanna show you guys. Man, super simple. And ladies, this dish is generally for the guy to make for you. So if you're out there and you're recording this, hit the record button right now. Show it to your husband later. He needs to make this dish for you. Super simple. We are doing a nice strip steak. We're going to do some really cool shrimp and grits to go with it. Nice side dish, nice little starchy, just a little new age surf and turf to show you guys. So we're going to get rolling. And I got a cast iron skillet right here, and I got it hot. It's going to start to smoke real quick as soon as I get it on here. And we're going to take couple of 3 tablespoons of oil, just get in that pan. And to our strips, and I have one here, a nice thick one for the guy, nice small one for the lady. So we'll do black pepper. And if you're just, sprinkling black pepper on there, just make sure you get a good amount on. Salt. We're gonna get it so our steak gets a nice blackened look to it. So we're going to add a little red to it, a little bit of paprika. We're also going to add some chili powder to it. So we'll have a nice blackened look to these when they're done. We're also going to hit it with granulated garlic. Because salt, pepper, and garlic are really base flavors. Gotta love on those. And so the pan is smoking. What I'm going to do, I'll grab me a pair of tongs. I got one right here. We're going to take our steaks right over to the skillet. Now, you want to make sure that you stand back. That pan's so hot. So I'll put the seasoned side down, straight in. And then, because you have to, we'll come right back with all those same seasonings right here in the skillet. So when we flip it, it's got the seasonings on the other side as well. So black pepper right in the skillet. Salt. And just one round. Granulated garlic. Then we got to have our blackening part of it. So our chili powder. And our paprika, Spanish paprika. And I love my toned spices. Man, they do such a good job with these. They really help make my job easy. Really help make my job easy. And it smells so good. Just what we've done so far. And now I have the oven set at 400. If you want a little bit more done steak, you can go right in the oven. And I may hold these just long enough so I can get the rest of the dish done. But you want to leave them sitting long enough for them to get that. Look at that. How beautiful that is. And again, you have a man-sized steak. You have a lady-sized steak. I've always found that the girls like a little bit smaller one. They really like a fillet. If you're going to give them a strip, you give them a pretty small one. especially when we're doing so much other stuff. I mean, the shrimp and the grits, just so much other love that we're adding to this. And I'm going to let that go for just a second. And we're going to keep rolling. I'm going to bring my bell peppers over to the table and just get the little store sticker off of there. Get rid of that. And for these, we want a really short julienne. So what I'm going to do is just clean up each one of the bell pepper, and I'm going to leave the ribs laying just by cutting off each lobe, just like that. And what I mean by short julienne is instead of the long way like this, we're going to make them short, because this is for our grits. So just get me a nice bridge going and just get a good julienne. Be real careful. Make sure your fingers are pointed straight down. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to remove this. You can see I got some nice blood showing through on my steak. Before it gets overcooked or over blackened, I'm going to take it right off of the burner. And I'm going to shut the burner off while I finish working. I'm going to just let that sit there. And just keep on going with my peppers. This is going to add some nice flavor. It's going to give us a little bit of a Cajun flair to the shrimp, to the grits and the shrimp. Peppers always help when you're doing a cool dish like this. We're going to add some corn to it as well. It's great. You guys, so when we get back, as soon as we get back from a break here, we will continue on with the dish. We'll start the shrimp with the grits. I want to show you guys how cool this dish comes out. Your honey's going to love it. I got a good bottle of wine for you too. This is cooking today. Stick around. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Man, I went ahead and got our 4 cups of chicken stock on the stove for our grits. Really simple dish to make. Really easy, just a few ingredients. And I'm going to let that cook just a second. I'm going to show you the wine we're drinking today with our steak and our shrimp and grits. We are drinking this beautiful Mayome from California. It is a blend of 3 different vineyards, 3 different counties. It's a Pinot Noir. Man, it's a drinker's wine. Going to be really good to pair with our steaks and our shrimp. I am calling this Chef Brooks Me Oh My, because it's got them, and you'll try it and you'll go, me oh my, that is good. So make sure you get you a little me oh my, okay? I'm going to have a little sip of that. Me oh my, that's good. Okay, so we're going to add to our 4 cups of stock on the stove 1 cup of our grits, our hominy. And honestly, I really like the instant. I like the quick grits. The 5-minute grits are great. They are, I mean, it's for that person that doesn't have the time to make 20-minute grits, 25-minute grits. These are a good solution to a busy person's life. We're going to add a half a stick of butter right into that. And while that's just going, I turned it down to about medium. We're going to keep it stirring. I'm going to get my whisk right back into it. We're going to add a little bit of fresh parsley just to give it some beautiful color. Nice love in there. So we'll add a little parsley right into it. We're also going to go ahead and season it with salt and pepper. Couple of shakes of salt there. Good fresh ground black pepper. Then I'm also going to give it a little bit of love by adding a little bit of crushed red pepper flake, maybe half a teaspoon. Okay, and once you get it to this point, okay, when you're at a rolling boil like that, you want to make sure that you just get it really nice and whisked. I'm going to turn the burner down to low, and I'm going to put it back on there. Does not take a whole lot of time. I mean, they're quick grits, so 5 minutes, and they'll be done. We're going to add a little bit more love to them. I have some pepper jack already shredded pepper jack ready to go. We're going to add a good handful, half a cup, right in. And if you're boiling like this, I suggest that you just take it off until that burner cools down a little bit more. Take it off. All that air that builds up in the boiling, those bubbles, man, if one of those gets on your skin and burns you, it's not going to be fun. And tonight is all about our lady and making sure that our lady is taken care of, right? So we don't want to be burning or any of that stuff. We'll grab our box grater here, and we have some nice white cheddar cheese we're also going to use for our grits. And we'll grate us up a good half a cup. And we're going to get those right in there. Just like that. Just a nice little pile. Get it right inside. Every little bit of that cheese. And we just want to blend this up real good. Make sure our butter is melted. Make sure that our grits are not too lumpy, that they're smooth and blended really well. You want to make sure that cheese gets nice and blended in. That's going to be good. So I'm going to let that sit and finish up. And I already have some parsley. The rest of this we're going to use for our shrimp part of the dish, our peppers. I have some corn back there. I'm going to grab one more thing out of the fridge. I have got some nice thyme right here that we'll add to the dish. So just some fresh thyme. We'll take a couple of sprigs, and we need this for the shrimp part. So we'll just take all the leaves off, a couple of sprigs, plus this little cluster right here. We'll get all those leaves off. Do not use the thick part. They get a little bitter, those stems. And just get a good chop on that. That way we can add it right to our parsley. And it'll just add a second component, another element to our fresh herbs. That's perfect. Okay? Now, we're going to get a skillet out so we can get going with our shrimp. And I want to use this guy right here. Nice non-stick skillet. And so we're just going to start by melting a half a stick of butter over the pan. Unsalted butter, of course, just like that. Get that guy right in there. And we're going to let this go. And we're going to let this brown off just a little bit before we add our vegetables, our corn, our shrimp. Man, we're going to add a little cream to this. It's going to be great. So you guys stick around. We'll come right back and show you how to finish this dish. Make a nice plate for your lady. This is cooking today. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We got our butter nice and melted here. We're going to get our peppers right in there. And I have a couple of cloves of garlic laying here as well. I'm going to get those guys crushed up and get in there too. And then this, you just want to chop it up. We want to add it at the end. You know, generally we're adding garlic at the very beginning. We just don't want it to burn there in that butter. I thought I had a little edge left in there. Making sure I clean it up good. Just get it chopped up so it can go in there with our peppers. And we're going to put that in just a bit. We're going to add some good parsley to this. And I want to just give it a nice toss around. Salt and pepper, because you got to season it. Don't make your honey mad by not seasoning her food. That's going to be good, good. And we're gonna spice it up a little bit too. Yeah, we're gonna add some of that paprika, chili powder. That's right, I said paprika. Paprika. We're gonna add a little granulated garlic as well, just to give it some good flavor. A little bit of Cajun flavor. Let me grab a rubber spat. A little cooking today spatula. Love my swag. Love our show swag. Beautiful. Just get that cooked around. Smells so good. Now we'll add our garlic right here because our peppers are ready to go. They're ready for that garlic. Add some good flavor. And we're going to deglaze that with a little bit of wine, but we're going to add our shrimp to it first. And just make sure these are as dry as you can get them before you add them to that. And I've tried to let them drain as much as I can. I mean, they're shrimp. They're mostly water. So they'll have a little water if you let them sit in a bowl like that. Look at that. Then we'll also add some good corn right to the mix. I mean, this is just some frozen corn, just good cut frozen corn. We're at it right here while the pan's good and hot. Then we're just going to deglaze it all with a little white wine. The white wine's going to do a couple things. It's going to give us a little bit of boil effect, just give us a little bit more steam out of the pan, help us get it all hot and ready to go quickly. That guy's turned up, and I'm going to just let that cook. I'm going to add a little bit more parsley to it, just so it looks nice. We're also going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper flake to it, just because we got to spice it up a little too. Spicing up our night, spicing up our life, our meal. That's going to be good. We're going to let it go, finish up. Let me grab my towel, it's just right here. Our steaks are beautiful. Look at this. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, baby. I think your honey is going to be so happy with a good meal like this. Now, the very last thing we'll add to our shrimp is a little bit of heavy whipping cream. Just a little. We don't want it to curdle. Not too much. Just give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more richness, little body to add to the shrimp. And they're going to go right on top of our beautiful steak. Let me show you how we plate this. Okay? We'll grab us a nice plate out. I'm going to just wipe that off just a little bit. Okay, so I'll first come with my grits and put those guys right on the plate. And look at this, how beautiful these are. They're still loose, just loose enough to run a little bit on our plate. And if you want to add a little cheese to the top, you can do that as well. And I'll do my plate, the man's plate. Look at that steak right there. Oh my goodness. Then we'll take out our corn, our shrimp, peppers. And we'll get these guys right over the top. Look at that. Look at that right there. You got to get a little bit of that extra love out of there. A little bit of that creaminess going on. Got to get a little of that on your plate. And man, if your honey won't be happy with you over this dish, I don't know what you can do to make her happy, fellas. I'm telling you. Look at that. Beautiful. Steak with shrimp, man, so beautiful, made with so much love. You guys have a great time together. Happy Valentine's Day. This is Cooking Today.